Here we are. Thomas. Been talking about doing this for a minute.
Yeah.
You and I having a little get together and a talk and a little. And you had said, what? Let's wait until I'm ready.
The last minute. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't get any more last minute than this. So why don't you tell the people what the hell is going on? There's your camera.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm joining the Marine Corps. Something I wanted to do my entire life. And finally got around to it. Very big step for me. And one I'm really happy to take.
So what are you going to do in the Marine Corps? Like, I knew this MSG, this Marine Station Guard.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah, so what is that? Explain that.
Well, it's basically running security for United States embassies. It's supposed to be a lot of fun, and, I want to travel on not my dime, but I also want to put in the work for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice reward system
Mm-hmm.
I have figured out in my head.
So, go ahead.
But yeah, it's going to be a lot of training. It's about 8 months of schooling, I think, total, if everything goes smoothly. So, yeah, it's a lot.
So you had decided, you mentioned this like a long time ago. When did you, for the idea of the military, was it in elementary school, middle school, high school?
Elementary school.
It was.
Yeah.
And so when it didn't happen right out of high school, I don't think we ever expected that it would happen when you turned 25 or during your 26th year. So
Oh, yeah.
what happened there? Explain that, because you didn't, once it was gone, we just thought it was gone.
Well, I originally saw, like, whether or not we should have been where we were in the mid 2000s, in terms of deployment wise and all that stuff, whether or not we should have been there or not. Seeing the Marines on TV was always like the most badass thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, it worked on me, but like I knew it. Like, I was like, all right, there's no other branch,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to join. But high school came around, and then there was a bunch of douchebags in ROTC or JROTC that was made it a turn off, and then obviously COVID, a bunch of other shit happened, tree work. And then I was like, all right, I'm 25. I don't want to do tree work the rest of my life. Time to do what I want to do.
And so this is going to be a career, or is that the game plan?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'll be signing a 5-year contract. I mean, I'd like it to be. Obviously, I'll know in 5 years. I can't speak for myself in the future. I'm just ready to do it now. So.
Well, you really don't even know what you're getting into. You don't even know the culture.
I think it's my culture. That's the thing. Is I think that's the whole competitiveness of it is going to be like a furnace for me.
The challenge of it too, right? The discipline, all of that. You're actually looking forward to it. Where most people might, like, you've been conditioning for this, like your whole life almost.
Well, yeah, I've also, enjoyed myself enough where it's going to kick my ass a little bit. But that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Could you make sense of your arc? Like, just looking at you back when I met you when you were 5, and you can even go before that. I mean, like, do you have anything that you can report on to make sense of your?
I don't fucking know. That's just the way it's panned out.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, got a bunch of more panning out to do in the next 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I could. That maybe at the end of my life I could figure that out, but that is not for me.
Oh, you don't want to do it now?
Well, I just don't know.
Okay.
I couldn't give you a definitive timeline.
What if your life ended right now? What would it have been?
A heart attack?
Yeah, like no, I'd just kick your ass for leaving.
Be pretty good life. Pretty boring.
Boring?
Well, for the most part, the goal is to, like, go do something extraordinary. So, I mean, I've gone on some camping trips, but that's like, everybody's done that. Oh, I went cross country and all this blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, let's go do something cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go do something badass, Let's go earn it.
Well, let's talk about what you've done that I don't think is boring, like between guns and bass, right? You've got Hoppy's bass. Could we talk about that and all? I mean,
oh, yeah.
So
music is such an intrinsic part of who I am, so like in like just the tempo.
Mm-hmm.
High tempo is like what turns me on. So
How did you get to the bass? That's an interesting one. Do you even know, or do?
yeah, I know. Tyler and Collier were jamming at his place. They had a drum set, or they were jamming at Tyler's place, and Tyler lives up the road, so it was perfect. And I was like, I'd always saw Kenny's bass in the music room, so it just was like, all right.
Calling to you?
Yeah, it was just like, all right, well, they need a bass player. I mean, it was the worst music you've ever heard, too. Like, I mean, it was just like a bunch of, there was no key, it sounded like shit, but the one time where we, like, accidentally got in key, it was like, holy crap, we just made, like, the best thing ever. But yeah.
And that's the drug, right?
That's
to
the
get
drug,
to get that back again. That was the dopamine hit that we all longed for, like the golf swing,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was it.
Now the guns. When did that even start? Because like you went from like,
well, I wanted one, like when I first started my job, and I was gonna buy one, but it got canceled by the bank. I was like, all right, I guess I don't need it.
What do you mean? I don't even know this.
Yeah, no, it was like $3,000. It was supposed to be a Scar H, which it's decommissioned now. I think they're on a version 2 or something. But yeah, no, I mean it would have been a decent investment because they don't make them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Or they don't make this specific type. But yeah, it was like $3,000 or $3,200. So that would have been quite impressive to own.
So you didn't ask Mom or I for the money? You just went right to the bank and you went for a loan? Because I don't even know this.
Not a loan, no. I used my debit card to buy it online.
And so you never thought to ask us, or you never wanted to?
No.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Well, they don't know either. She doesn't know either.
Let's talk about your mother. How far back do you go? How far back do you remember your grandfather? Do you remember part? I mean, how far back do you go?
Oh wow.
Nina, do you remember her with her not being 89? Like what?
Yeah, no. Well, she used to catch me in the pool.
Really?
I was like 4, and then it was like, all right, I can't do that anymore.
Like you jump in the pool and she would catch you?
Yeah. So
that was just before I met you.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Do you remember anything about meeting me at all on the
Callaway?
beach? Yeah.
Not at the beach, but I remember because it was like very shortly. It was like everybody was in the cabin.
Right.
It was like an hour later or something.
I didn't even know that you were there because Mom was alone on the blanket when I met her. And the very first time she did any parenting thing, do you remember what she said? Do you even can you pull this?
No, I don't.
Okay, she was looking for you and she couldn't find you.
Uh-huh.
Like you went like by the water or something like that. And she went over to you, or she called you over, because I heard what she said. And she said, and I thought this was really great. She goes, "If you can't see me, then I can't see you." Mm-hmm. And she was like, she gave you freedom, but she wanted to make sure that wherever you went, you could still see her. Because if you couldn't see her, she couldn't see you. And I was there, and I'm just meeting her. I really don't even know her. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I like that line. Do you actually remember that or no?
I do not.
Okay. Well, that was parenting 101 for me with Frances. So what was it like having her as your mom? Because I think she's amazing. Like, I'm really proud of who you are. But like today, I was even telling her, I think that she did a great job with you. And she's like, well, you were there too. You helped. I'm like, yeah, but.
Well, I mean, what else is there to say? I'm here. I'm making my decisions for my life now. So, I mean, I can only thank the people around me.
Right. But what do you remember about growing up? Seriously. I mean, like, this is what this is about for me. Like, I interviewed.
Freedom to go hang out with who I wanted to hang out with.
Right.
And figure it out for myself.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of figuring it out for myself,
mm-hmm.
which is what kids are supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah, and then get mentored into the right way of figuring it out. But
do you remember living in Macon? Like, can we start that far back? Or I mean,
I was so young. At that point, I was just her drone.
But what memories do you have? Do you have any memories at all?
The little it was like a joystick with 2 buttons with Dig Dug, Pac-Man, all that shit.
That was video games. Those old.
I had like a Thomas the Train, like big thing. I remember the old computer there. I would play Cartoon Network games on. I remember the TV, the fucking this big, and it's out there. I think the same dresser or whatever that the TV was in. I remember the balcony from the upstairs.
Oh, that's nice.
Cool. Yeah, I
we all
that.
love that.
Yeah,
Looking down,
perfect. Yeah,
to the living room over the
open concept house.
Right.
It's always like I like that idea.
I remember she had a basketball hoop. I don't know why she did, but she had a basketball in her driveway.
Yeah.
I remember the tub, not a hot tub. She had the deep pool, and I loved that thing. That was pretty good. Do you remember
Trampoline?
Yeah, the trampoline. Yeah, exactly. So how about this one? What was it like having Anthony as a brother?
A good competition. Because now I see it, I'm like, well, you know how it is. It's always going to be a pissing contest, but I'm about to go take them at the biggest leak. You know what I mean?
Right, the biggest leak.
So,
about Jewel, having Jewel as a sister, what was that like?
It was great.
Okay, good.
It was perfect.
Yeah, I love it.
It was gone.
And then it was gone, right?
Which is like, that's a good thing,
right?
And a bad thing. Like a good thing for the realism aspect.
But I love the fact that, like, we were just talking about this upstairs, having tuna pasta, the last meal. That's what you wanted. And I said, Francis, are you okay? And she goes, yeah, he's ready. He's ready. He's ready to go. He's ready. He's ready. And I was like thinking, that's a really good way of putting it. He's like ready. You're not just ready to go to the Marines. You're ready to move on with your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If I stuck here, I'd be glued.
Right.
Yeah. And it would take a very, very big event for me to even like think about it.
So you think you were at a precipice that if you didn't make this decision, that it was a slippery slope and you might have got into a stuck place?
Yeah. Well, think about it, right? I didn't want to move out, right? You know, y'all are fun to be with, and I get plenty of alone time. And, you know, I mean, it would just start dragging though. And I'm post 25 now. So that's starting to get to late 20s, still living with the parents, but working. You know, it's like, why the fuck haven't you moved out yet? I don't want to waste that money, but I also want to, that was where the military was like, again, boom. I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, all right, well, that's a pretty good idea. You know, still not having to, just getting free stuff, but also earning it. Like, it's, that whole process is going to be good.
I was equating this a long time ago to, like, it's wild how much, like, you're really following in the family's footsteps on one level. Like, even you spoke to Alec, your uncle, the other day.
Yeah.
I see such a similarity between you and him, the way his body is at like 60, and then look at me, the fat old Buddha. He's really. How do you see yourself relative to the family and where it all falls? Because you are your own person, clearly. But
I have a lot of. Well, I got 2 families on my shoulders right now.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe 3 if Anthony.
Right.
Maybe the seed isn't strong. Right?
We'll see. Right. We'll see.
But yeah, no. I mean, I have a lot to lose, right? But nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Right.
So I have to venture.
So there are a lot of things that when I think about you, like, I get really emotional. And a lot of it has to do with your heart and how amazing you have always been, really, truly. And it's just like, our conversations have always been amazing. They've been really, like, spot on. Like, you've been always very present. It never felt like anything was disingenuous or annoying. If we didn't want to talk, we didn't talk. And if we talked, it went amazingly well. Yeah. And we had many, many incredible, those kinds of those deep, deep talks. And I really love that. And I was telling Mom that I really think you're going to be the best, like, literally teammate, like, really for your unit. I think you're going to really have your team's back. I'm sure they'll.
Oh yeah, exactly. That was the point. That, like, at work, I had everybody else's back. Not only did I want to get home early too, but every time it was like, all right, let's get y'all home early too. Also, right. That's like, you have something to do today. Well, I'll pick it up too, because I also want to get off early, but I also want you to get off early, right? So it's a bunch of give and take.
But it's team. It's team.
But it's all team. Yeah, no. And I always had, an issue with someone not participating in the team.
Right.
Right. And if you're gonna do that, then I'm still gonna fucking work hard.
Right.
I'm just gonna carry your load too, and it's gonna piss me off. You know?
But the contribution that you're gonna, and I'm sure it's gonna be pretty equal. I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like excited for you because you're gonna have like another family
Yeah.
of the people that you're gonna be with these next 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and the things that you're gonna go through. It's like, you ever play team sports? You know, this blows the team sports thing away.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I think, and we all go down together. You know, that whole energy, and I think you're really looking forward to that.
Yes. I'm much more of a crew guy, like max, like 10 guys, and it doesn't get much tighter than that, even though we worked with 6 for so long. Yeah, just the tight knit, everybody knows how to do the job, everybody knows each other's strengths, everybody's helping out. When that happens, there's nothing that tops it on terms of a team level or just getting work done. It's super satisfying.
Is there anything that absolutely intimidates you or anything that concerns you going in? Like, what is it that, your adrenaline is really looking forward to getting on the other side of? Is there anything that...
Encouragement to run.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, I mean, I've basically, like larded around. I mean, and I can excuse it to a certain degree as being, well, I just want to enjoy, but that's a lazy statement, right? And I know that, but like, again, I also just want to, enjoy my last couple days in my room on my computer.
Last couple of days, it's hours, dude. You're leaving.
Yeah.
You're leaving tomorrow morning.
But enjoying that, because that's a death right there. I mean, I like video games. I'm never going to give it up, but it's not going to be like that. I'm not going to be talking to the friends. It's certainly an ego death for that part of me. So,
well, you definitely, we call that like emerging, and so this version of
very
you,
emergent, yeah.
right? It's going to be a big growth spurt that you're going to have.
On top of losing 20, and losing 20 pounds.
You think you are going to lose? How much do you weigh right now? Because you were excited by that, or not?
180. When they weighed me, I was 183. After dinner and everything, probably like 185.
Damn.
So I'm probably going to get down to like 160, 165 and be able to do everything I can in a much smoother way.
Right.
And not carrying all that weight.
So I love that you're really looking forward to the physical fitness of it all, and really getting in shape and having more endurance, I guess is a good word, or...
Yeah. I have good quick burst endurance where I can go, stop, and then I have, obviously walking endurance. I can go, 12 miles a day while working. It sucks, but like I can do it mentally and physically. But it's the consistent medium of running, which I think they're gonna make me figure it out, because I have to. But I'm really looking forward to how I can push my body to be like an ultimate specimen.
That's cool. So is there anything that you were thinking of? Because I know I want to still ask you about, Francis's dad. I want to know what you remember there. I don't know if you have
Not
any...
much.
No, you don't? Oh,
No.
man.
I remember getting pinched, but you got to remember, he died when I was 4.
I know, because I just missed meeting him.
Yeah, because 4 years old, there's only so much I can remember. One of the first memories I have is of the little car table where you press the button. That was awesome. We had one of those. Then Mark had one, so that was super cool. But yeah.
So what can you remember really about like us coming together as a family? I don't know how much you remember, but we wouldn't even be in this house if Anthony didn't say, because we didn't have enough room, that Thomas can live with me. Like he can share my room with me. And here you were like 5 and he was like 14 or whatever he was, 15.
Yeah, something like that.
And it was something crazy that I was like, he's going to share his room with his new little brother. And boy, to be a fly on the wall for that,
Oh, it was pretty good. I got to play all the video games. That's a huge boon for my life.
He was like a role model kind of thing, like a leader.
Yeah.
We certainly gave you your language. You curse like a sailor.
Yeah. I could turn it off though. But even around him, you know, I don't care because I was just like, this is what, you made this mouth,
Mm-hmm.
right? I heard everything you said and then never forgot it
Mm-hmm.
because it was really good. But I won't say it here, obviously. But yeah, no, I still frequent a lot of the curse words.
What about us, you and me? Anything that you remember me as your dad? What's the best memory you have, or you could even what's the most traumatic? Do you have anything how was it having me step in the way it was?
Well, it was very seamless. I think if it was any later, it'd have been much more difficult. But it's not like Pard was really a father anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It was not really a parenting aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think, uh, uh, I don't know how to put it. Like, spiritually, the atmosphere was ready to change.
So we went to see Widespread Panic a week ago, right now,
Yeah,
right?
a week
and
ago.
and Craig and Mary Beth have been great friends of Francis
Yeah.
from school, elementary school.
I
They
know,
grew
it's
up
crazy.
together. It's insane, and
Yeah.
they're married. I
Yeah,
mean, they're
no.
childhood sweethearts, and they're married. It's insane, and
Impressive.
it's ridiculously
Very
impressive,
impressive.
right? And the way they have each other's backs. And so I was trying to imagine, I don't know why, but organically, Pard being there and me not being in the picture, because,
Yeah.
and I couldn't do it. I really couldn't. I couldn't, even though I know on paper it was a thing once, but I just really couldn't even hallucinate it. I couldn't, even though it was a thing 20 something years ago, I couldn't even imagine it. It's weird. And I was trying. Do you understand?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Mary Beth, Craig, Francis, and Pard. I was like, no.
well, what kind of I mean, I've never caught on to anything he's ever done has been intellectual or emotionally intelligent.
Right.
It seems driven by a need to do what he wants.
Right. No, but I was just still talking just about the dynamic. You know what I mean?
know,
Just the
yeah, but
regular.
still, it doesn't make sense because I don't see it either.
I love the way everything turned out. I mean, I wish that we had more time together as a family. I mean, it's amazing how fast the years.
Tell me about it.
No, it really did.
It's like
it flew by. It flew by. I can't believe you were 5, and before you know it, Anthony was gone, Jewel was gone. And I've had.
quick.
It was very quick.
And
we
14 when Jewel left.
Right.
So that's
it's crazy.
9 years. That's it.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
But she was also in college, so maybe 7.
But look at the quality of our connection and how deep it's gotten. I think maybe that's why there's such a pull on the, whatever you want, heartstrings, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about? Is there anything that you have in mind? Because this is posterity. This is something we're capturing. You at 25. I mean, what do you think future you is going to want to know what you're packing right now? Or do you have any message you want to give to future you?
Don't give up. I know that's really super cheesy.
I don't think it's cheesy.
But no, I got a lot on my plate. I got a lot of shit I gotta set right for the family. You know what I mean? Because, with 2 lines, die with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't let that happen. So
Right.
somebody's got to take the name.
Right.
Whether I have a kid or not.
Right.
So,
Wow.
know.
But you could do that lightly. You don't have to put that on you like it's a heavy thing, right? Or
Well, I got to earn it, right? I gotta feel like I've earned it, right? I can't be getting inheritances and then be like, yeah, I worked for this.
mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be that I did, I have to have mentally earned it. It couldn't be like, yeah, I worked at McDonald's and made this much money. Now I've earned this much. It has to be like, I did the task and now I feel like I can retire with what I've done.
Right.
Mentally, which is how it should be. I don't really think that it's fair that, you have to... I feel like accomplishments should help you retire quicker.
Am I right in saying, because when you threw out McDonald's, that was a contrast, and I'm thinking that you're saying it needs to be meaningful. That's the word I was looking
meaningful.
for. Yeah, and earning it.
Earning a meaningful retirement.
Yeah.
through whatever means.
Well, even a meaningful life that you earned your retirement. You know, it's not like I think I don't see you now as ever being a sloth or anything. I don't see you being lazy.
Well, it's certainly easy for me to be into it, but because I'm aware of it, I can take a procedure like I'm about to take to counteract it and combat it.
Right.
So that it won't happen again.
Right.
So I can drill a permanent nail or a permanent screw. Yeah.
So can we talk about your mom? Because I really because I've been such a fan of hers for such a long time, and I really think that she had a lot to do with your character and who you are. I really do, and I really want to acknowledge her, especially here in this kind of format where she can watch this and maybe appreciate what you could share of what it's like having her as a mom, because I'm such a fan. I really am. And so I think it's probably, if I can pull it out of you, it would be amazing, because that would be a gift that I would love to be able to give her by, initiating this,
Like I said already, freedom. But like, if I wasn't doing well enough, then what was the point of the freedom? That's sort of the lesson from her that I can take away. So, like, what would be, like, obviously you got to keep grades up, but it's more of how you phrase it, right? You have to do this and that so you can, but also, I mean, that's not really a parenting thing. That's more of a, I don't know, a structural thing. But I mean, super warm, everything you can ask for in a mother. So, and a lot smarter than most others.
Right.
God, I hate comparison. Makes me feel really lucky. So,
right.
But yeah, that's really it.
How about the rest of the family? How about, I'm thinking, I was kind of hoping Ray would be here, Ray and Lisa.
Oh, yeah.
Because Fred, my friend Fred,
Fred's awesome.
I just wish that we had more time with them too,
I know, right? Yeah, no, Ray and Lisa, gosh, I would, I'd falter. I can't go drink for drink with Ray. I mean, he's got it. He's the tank.
He's the tank. But you love being with him, which is so amazing.
Because he's a good attitude.
Yeah.
He's got a good attitude, and that's important. Especially when raising a kid.
And then being part of the whole Lisa, Donna, Michael Rothstein family.
That was awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
Going up to see the house, seeing the culture. I wish we got to go more. But...
Well, we go a little more, but that would be awkward now. You in your 20s going away with me and Francis to the beach when we go in the hotel,
Yeah, it's like, what the hell am I doing there?
Right, exactly. Exactly.
I don't want to be there.
Right.
My instincts are like, no, man.
Right. Have
Get
fun.
away.
Right. Yeah.
I wish I got to spend more time with Alec, but he's on his own quest, so...
But very similar to yours in generalities. Like, maybe not the specifics, the way the generalities played out, but I do think that you have to admire that it's his own path.
Well, that's why I'm not upset.
Right. I mean, between him and me and Mom, we're all very, very unique. We're not classic societal people.
Oh, I don't. Well, that breeds shit.
No, but it's interesting, right? Like, I remember when, of course I was attracted to Frances. She was much younger than me, much more beautiful, much more sexy. And I was like, what are you doing with me? And she's like, well, New York, Italian, And then when it really came down to it, and I had no idea, you're going to love this. What it really came down to was she was watching me and how much I put into my work.
Yeah.
My practice.
Huge.
She would say, it's your work ethic.
That's one of the best things I got from both of y'all. It was never a time at work where I was like, I mean, obviously everybody bitches and moans. There's no getting away from that, but it's like after that, right? You get through it and it's actually not that bad.
Right.
And, or it was that bad. And then if it was that bad, you're like, thank God.
Right. Exactly.
We're done. But
exactly.
It feels good to be done.
But you with the tree work, I was really blown away about how, like, really that was hard for you to leave. You talked about the last time you drove home and how that was like a wave of sadness really hit you. And it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you do love the team. You made great relationships, and it was hard to say goodbye to that.
Exactly. Well, because that's real. I mean, that's how I know it was real, and what I learned was, in fact, tangible. Right.
Right,
And it could affect me in a multitude of ways.
right.
So,
But solid people, too. I mean,
Yeah.
it was real, but they were really good
and
people.
the best part is that they were all former felons.
Yeah.
Right. So they were all people who had made, bad mistakes, got punished for it, have to do tree work because they can't get another job anywhere else. But to have, a good attitude about it, and, we were running some of the best tree work in Atlanta.
If not the best,
If
for real.
not, I think it was the best. I don't, we never really had any mistakes for the most part. And we always were on top of our shit. Like,
That's a hat tip to Todd, too. I mean,
yeah, well, yeah, he
and the crew. I mean, he
Todd
put
knows.
the crew together. I mean, like,
Yeah, he will. He's got a good eye for talent, and he also knows what is expected out of people, and knows how to be like, all right, well, you're not doing this. You're gonna have to fucking pick it up.
I hired him, right?
Yeah.
I basically saw his work, and I was like, I saw the big thing over the house, and I'm like, that's the person I want to do my tree work, because he had all this equipment.
Yeah.
And so I hired him. He's over here doing the tree work, and Mom is schmoozing with him and got you a job. Go talk to him or something like that.
Well, she told me to go talk to him, and then that was enough.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
And you didn't fit the model because you're not a felon.
No, I didn't. I didn't fit the model at all, which is why I think it was really good, because I don't think they really had any expectation for me. When I got there, they're probably like, "Oh, it's another kid. He's gonna be gone. In a week or the day after."
Right.
Not which I think is a good surprise for them, especially someone my age, my generation. I wasn't getting paid. It wasn't about money for me. Like I said,
Right.
it's about earning it.
Right. Well,
Mentally.
you're such a good person, and for him to get you, and now, like, even the recruiter to get you, you realize that, like, you really are almost a genuine article for, like, you're going to do this with so much excellence and pride, and you're going to push yourself. It's not, you're going to make a positive contribution to the unit.
That's the idea. Because morale is perhaps the most important thing on the planet.
I agree.
And it can change the tide of everything.
Right.
So, I came to that conclusion at work, and that's whether it's like 3:30, we get a text to go to another job, and it's a big fat job, and the morale's plummeted.
Mm-hmm.
You go through your sulking phase. You're bitching and moaning. You're like, what the fuck, Todd? Like, what the hell is this? We better be getting off early. And in 30 minutes, I'm sitting there laughing because I'm like, whatever. What can I do about it? Like, hysterical that
You silly human.
Yeah, it was like, it's not that big of a deal. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be in bed anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So. It comes down to just a fortitude, and what is your fortitude like? So
I think your recruiter might have been salivating when you first walked in. I don't know if they could imagine people like you. Maybe there was a lot of them, but I don't think so. I mean, maybe in numbers it might be a lot, but in percentage it might be a smaller percentage.
Well, I don't know, because I don't blow my own horn. But what I can take is from raw experience. Like I said, so someone in my generation, and I think my generation gets a bad rap, honestly. I mean, there's a lot of hardworking people in my generation, whether or not whatever media is covering it wants to slander it is whatever. Only, the people who are the of age know of people of age. So that's the bottom line there. But, I think for them, so that's Millennial and Gen X was the crew, and they had the lens of the new generation, same thing, it's a fucking circle. But I think it was good for them to see me persevere and overcome just tree work, even though I was in a very small, very
Compact.
compact. I didn't have the full scope of tree work. I worked with a crane a lot. We didn't do a whole lot of traditional tree work. So like obviously like I can set it up, but I mean I'm no near.
You're not a
I'm not
climber.
I'm not an expert on that front. I can do it,
Right.
but am I qualified beyond the skills of that crew? No. But like I loved working with a crane, and the whole operation was just like awesome. And I think for them to see a guy who didn't have a criminal history, and didn't even have to be working on that front, who could have just went to college or never had to work or whatever. I think that's good for them to see, because that changes the opinion. It's not just
Absolutely.
like, oh well, I have a friend that does this and that, or I did this and that. That's not going to change your opinion. It's always action. So I think I showed a lot to them, and they certainly didn't want me to leave, and I don't blame them, because I felt like I brought a lot, in terms of horsepower.
Well, you could also understand that they wouldn't want to lose you. I mean, you knew what you brought to the game, horsepower, but what you contributed, and you always had a good attitude, and you definitely didn't disrupt the team. That's for darn sure. If anything, you enjoyed it.
Well,
Maybe.
yeah. And the only time I only got mad once, it was because I wasn't getting like help.
Right.
But I mean that it was never an issue again.
Right.
'Cause they
Nip
knew-
that in the bud.
Well, I was very
Maybe
angry.
you take after me on that one.
Well, I was very angry. Like I'd asked for help, and then it was like a mocking gesture. I was like, all right, now it's like game on, man. It's really close to throwing hands, full on ape mode, but that's not the play at the front of a neighborhood.
No, exactly.
That's really bad look for the company. So obviously, just finished out the job, fucking fuming. But like whatever, the day after.
When was it? How long ago was that?
A long time. 2023.
See, what happened
2024.
one time years ago.
2024.
You know how few people can say that. How long did you end up working there for? Do you know?
Almost 4 years. Almost. So it was
Wow.
like three.
Wow.
3.5. I think some change. Yeah.
So how do we close this thing out? Is there anything else you want to say? I mean, what's it like having me as a dad?
It's like the ultimate guide on for figuring out my own emotional intelligence.
Cool.
I mean, it's a radar. You know what I mean? I feel like you've passed your radar on to me, because now I can sense bullshit. And, but I mean, I can also play my own bullshit.
Right.
That's the good and bad thing about it. But
Right.
just the line of emotional thinking and the going with itness.
There you go.
I love that. And just being malleable. I like. I think you use plasticity. Same. It's like a synonym.
That's the whole game.
Yeah.
That's everything. If you could do that, you've got the resources
Yeah,
that
that's
you
what I
need.
told Todd. I was like, "Yeah, I'm malleable. Just what do you need me to be?" And
Put
that
me in,
moment-
coach. I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
Give me a position.
Yeah, and that's where I am now. I'm like, just go put me in. Let
Right.
me mold, shape me. I'm already hot.
Right. That's awesome. No, do you have any final words or anything you want to say? Is there anything? Are you good? Is there anything else you want to say?
I'm good.
All right. Well, thanks for doing this, man.
Of course.
This was really good.
Yeah, no.
I'm proud of
we
you.
can do another one when I'm back.
Okay, you'll look a little different now. We just got your hair taken off. You want to show the
Yeah,
back
yeah.
of your hair? You want to show? There you go. Wow, huh? You look.
Yeah, it was about to be nothing.
Yeah.
So this is probably like what it would look like. Probably the length I'd keep it. I don't know.
They're gonna make you cut it again, though, right? It's gonna get even shorter, and the mustache is gonna have to go.
Oh, yeah, skinhead completely. They're
Wow.
gonna get every bit of that hair standing up. Off.
Right.
So.
Well, you're gonna do amazing. I know that you were born for this. I know you know that, and I'm proud of you. Mom's proud of you. I mean, like the whole family. People don't really understand the military. That's a wide range of emotions, from pride and people who've been in to people who just scratch their head and going, why? You know, and like I said, a lot in between.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't understand, and some people really
just aren't willing to have the conversation about it. And I mean, that's their own stupidity, you know.
Right.
If they don't even want to engage in.
Well, maybe it's that maybe they just don't have a predilection to even know. Is it stupidity, or maybe they just don't have a desire?
I think ignorance is a better word.
Right. Ignorance is good, right?
And it shows a lack in finding it out yourself because you're not going to ask the people.
Right.
You know.
Right.
How are you going to have your own opinion? Stop looking at other people's opinion.
Right.
Go fucking ask them.
Right.
You know. Go get a real answer. So.
Anyway, I don't even know how long we did this. Looks like 40 something minutes, so that's long enough.
Perfect.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye.
So it was fun.